tonight. On the far end, you all, I'm sure, Chief Instructor Wai Pai Wild. Besides Stephen, one of our guests from Singapore, Simpo Watt. Simpo is attached to headquarters and of course is the younger brother of the Chief Instructor for Wai Pai. Go is also from Singapore and is with headquarters here as well and trained in and around the Singapore club prolifically. I'd like to introduce Mr. Alex Priest to you all. Alex is with the Tauranga City Council Sport and Recreation Office. And finally, this is Don Gentleman, and Don has very kindly sponsored the listening cars that we're going to use tonight for some of the demonstration. Thank you. Mr. Diggerman has in fact sponsored the Best Competitors Trophy, rather than the trophy, which we'll see later on as the night. Without further ado, we'll start proceedings with the Rotorua Club. gentlemen, we're going to get straight on to a rules demonstration without further ado, so we all understand the finer points of judging for tonight's finals. Firstly, any kick to the head that is unblocked scores a point. Any punch to the head, which is also unblocked, also scores a point. It's important to realise that this is a semi-contact tournament and there is no face contact allowed. So a kick or a punch that arrives in very close proximity will be scored accordingly if there's no block there. Any punch to the body must make body contact, and if unblocked, will also score a point. In terms of thigh kicks, the thigh kick must be scored on the front leg of the opponent, from the back leg of the person perpetrating the kick, and a kiai must be performed as well. With kicks to the body, they must make contact, as was just displayed, and where a takedown is concerned, it must be followed by a secondary technique such as a reverse punch. Right, without further ado, let's get straight into it, ladies and gentlemen. The first event for tonight is the men's yellow to green belts. For those that weren't here earlier on today, it's important to realise that the eliminations have been fought already, and these people are fighting, in most cases, for first or second place. First or second place only, whereas third and fourth has already been decided. At the end of every event, ladies and gentlemen, the prizes will be awarded. We're not going to go through a prize-giving ceremony at the end of tonight's proceedings, so everything will be given out straight after the prize. The first two competitors, ladies and gentlemen, are Maka Makatoa and Jason Molaga, both from Auckland. The people that you're seeing in these first elimination rounds have been training for only 3 to 6 months. 3 to 6 months. Can we have all the place getters in that last division, men's yellow to green belts, down here to receive their trophies?
Just
Third place getter is John Hamilton from Auckland, and in fourth place, Trevor Kennelly from Tauranga. The next division is the women's yellow to red belts. Give them a big hand, ladies and gentlemen. The winner is Paula Burgess from, Paula Smith at least, from Monterey. This is the intermediate yellow to red belts, and people fighting here are Brian Lee and Jeff Balderini. Brian Lee from Wellington.
In 4th place, Glenn Johnson from Cambridge. The 3rd place getter, ladies and gentlemen, is Paul Hopping from Te Awamutu, and as I said, 4th place is Glenn Johnson from Cambridge. This event is the junior yellow to red belts, and we have competing Jamie Thompson and Russell Thompson for 1st and 2nd place. This round is half a minute. That was a pretty hard round considering these two boys are both cousins, both living in Rotorua. In 1st place, Jamie Thompson from Rotorua. In 2nd place, cousin Russell Thompson, also from Rotorua.
Oi.
In 3rd place, Anthony Field from Tauranga. And Kieran Crichton from Rotorua is in 4th place. This event is the Peewee yellow to red belt, and we have competing Tama Williams and Andrew Waka. Second place, Tamai Williams from Invercargill. In 3rd place, Shane Wills from Tauranga. And in 4th place, Craig Tor, also from Tauranga. The next event is the men's blue to red belt. The men's blue to red belt. We've got competing Sam James from Auckland and Thomas Hecker from Hamilton.
Come on, Tom.
And the place getters in the men's blue to red belt are in 4th place, Simon McCaskill from Carolina. In 3rd place, Phil Duncan from Hamilton. 2nd place getter is Thomas Hecker from Hamilton. And 1st place, Sam James from Auckland. We've now got the first of our demonstrations for this evening. It's a junior full contact demonstration fight. George Corbett from Rotorua and Tony Wallace from Tauranga. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll just explain a little bit about what's happening here with this full contact fight. It is a demonstration fight, so even though the competitors have got protective equipment on, it is only a demonstration and they won't be flying in full power. As you can see, Wai Pai is a kicking style. The main emphasis in this type of fighting is with kicks, not to say that there's a detriment of any sort of the handset thing. Even though we've got the protective gear on, kicks of that nature can do damage if they connect. Give them a big hand, ladies and gentlemen. These two are only kicks. That's Tony Wallace from Tauranga. And his Rotorua rival, George Corbett. We've got the second of our demonstrations. I'd like to introduce to you Simpo Wat from Singapore, and he's going to do a spear kata. For those that aren't aware of what a kata is, it's a set pattern of moves depicting a fictitious enemy. Give him a big hand. Okay, the next demonstration is a board breaking demonstration by Kenneth Applegate, followed by an internal breaking demonstration by the Wellington Regional Team Instructor Bernie Ellison, and then we're going to show you something of one of the younger children doing a breaking demonstration. Just while we're waiting for the people to sit up, ladies and gentlemen, you've seen something of the physical side or the external side of Wai Pai and the kicking and punching technique. The other aspect that you're going to see shortly, especially when Bernie does his demonstration, is the internal side, or the sikang. Sikang is the energy that one has harnessed within their body, and it's the development of that energy to be able to use it to, in this instance, break objects, or more specifically, to add power to the kicks and punches. Later on, as the evening progresses, we'll see some heavy demonstrations culminating in having the car drive over the chief instructor's stomach. Really, it's just a series of breathing techniques which enable any one of you people sitting in the audience, if you're given the correct training, to harness the internal energy. We are using it in a very specific way. It can be used for a number of things. Health is probably the most important aspect at senior belt level, where the circulation of such energy repairs and rejuvenates organs that may be damaged. Given the training that we do, which is fairly physical on a regular basis, it's important that we do use that energy to repair and rejuvenate such organs. This is Kenneth Applegate, ladies and gentlemen. I suppose to many people it looks quite easy seeing those boards getting broken like that, and of course it is. In the same way that self-defense is used in the street, if you apply the right power, the right technique to exactly the right part, you will do damage. And that's the same principle as breaking boards. If, however, you miss the vital area, then the board won't break. The first of the internal breaking demonstrations by Bernie. Bernie's going to use his head to break this concrete block. I think it's quite obvious there are no spaces under the block to elevate it, to give it any sort of a drop. So you can see that there must be something else that's going to break this block. And you'll also observe, for those that have a keen eye, that Bernie isn't going to jump up and down, twist himself upside down and land with force on the block. He'll merely touch it. Okay, the energy will come from his head and go through the block and break it. An awful lot of concentration is required for these techniques. There it is. As you can see, he just touched it. That's all it takes, just a touch. There's no physical force involved. And that's the true essence of internal strength, or Qigong. You just saw Bernie doing his head. Now he's going to use his knife hand strike. Knife hand is the lower part of the hand, what people consider a karate chop. We call it a knife hand strike. There's 5 parts to the hand. Bernie's going to use one of them. The majority of parts of the body can be used as a weapon or to block and can have internal strength applied to them. There's 2 gone. This one must be a hard one. Maybe not. Give them a big clap. Okay, we've got a coconut up here. It's not because our guests are hungry at all. We're going to get them to check it just to see that it is an authentic coconut. It hasn't been tapped in any way or cracked. And just to show you that internal strength isn't peculiar to the adults, Carl is going to break this for us. Carl is only 14 years old. Internal energy can be harnessed by anyone, young or old, male or female, which is the beauty of it. Carl's also going to perform this technique with his knife hand. The 5 parts of the hand are the knife hand as you've just seen, the back of the hand, the ridge hand, which is with the thumb tucked away, lies along the forefinger, and the palm strike. That's only 4. And the knuckles, of course. The knuckles is the 5th position. Okay, coconuts are hard things, ladies and gentlemen. They don't just crack in a hurry. That coconut feels very, very hard. But he's broken it. Give him a big hand. Carl Donovan, 14 years old. Just have a bit of a lull on the proceedings while we clean the floor, and then we'll get straight on to the next event. Okay, we're going straight on to the junior kata, kata 1, which is the yellow belt kata, and these people that are coming onto the stage now are the finalists in the first kata. The people competing tonight in Kata 1 are Marie Sargent from Rotorua, Kiria Woodcliffe from Rotorua, Daryl Morgan from Hamilton, and Terry Smith from Dunedin. Looks like it's going to be very hard to judge. In 4th place, we have Terry Smith from Dunedin. In 2nd place, Daryl Morgan from, 3rd place, Marie Sargent from Rotorua. And 2nd place, Daryl Morgan from Hamilton. And the 4th place from Rotorua is Kiria Woodcliffe. Thanks very much, everyone. People coming on stage now are the finalists for the second kata, which is the green belt kata. As I said to you earlier on, the kata is a spectacular move where one defends himself against a fictitious enemy. Really, it's very hard for these young people to get up here and do this sort of thing in front of an audience. In fourth place, we have Paula Smith from Whangarei. In third place, George Matthews from Invercargill. In second place, Aaron Sargent from Rotorua. And the first place leader in Kata 2 is Carl Wooten from Mount Waipai. Thanks very much. The finalists are now coming on for the third kata. Kata 3 is the blue belt kata. And these are the people that were picked as the finalists in today's eliminations. In fourth place, we have Wayne Kortenberg from Mount Maunganui. In third place, Harua Morgan from Rotorua. In second place, Victoria Field from Tauranga. And the first place getter for Kata 3 is Phil Duncan from Hamilton. The next event is Kata 4, or the red belt kata. And these people are the finalists that will be started on today's elimination. As you can probably see, ladies and gentlemen, the katas get progressively harder as one goes up in rank. Where they started with just simple moves of punching techniques in Kata 1, they're going through the rather complex movements with kicking techniques and a series of more advanced blocks in Katas 4 and 5. Give them a big hand. Everyone's going to be nice. The fourth place getter in Kata 4 is Thomas Hicker from Hamilton. In third place we have James Varnock from Rotorua. In second place, Angela Kingy from Tongarei. And the first place in Kata 3, all the way from Rotorua, is Tony Christie. Thanks very much, you guys. Here's the last kata. This, ladies and gentlemen, is kata 5, the brown and black belt kata. And as you can see from this one, when you do see it, the complex moves are quite astounding, and the speed that some of these people are going to do them at is even more astounding. Competition at this level does not make the judges' job an easy one.
I knew it.
And there the decision lies. And fourth place for kata 5, ladies and gentlemen, Nigel Hands from Hamilton. In third place, we have Martin Sutton from Rotorua. There's Bevan Webb from Tauranga, second place getter. And in first place, kata 5, Karen Collins from Tauranga. Okay, we're going on to a different theme now, ladies and gentlemen, within the kata. We call them group katas. They comprise of a group of 3 people, and they've been made up by these students. These are free-form katas. The majority of them have been made up by the students, although some have been altered. Some of the already existing katas have been altered. First and second place is the event that's going to be fought off for now. Third and fourth place has already been decided.
Didn't ask. Now you get me on. Yeah, I'm gonna. I'll go.
That was good. Using one nunchuck is hard enough. Using two with that level of proficiency is really very good. It was George Corbett as a rear here with those two nunchucks. Give these small people a big hand, ladies and gentlemen. These are the fourth place getters. We have Marina Corbett, Vanessa Corbett, and, you guessed it, Violet Corbett. All from Rotorua. And third place in the group kata, we have Cicely Stanton, Willie Corbett, and Katie Stanton. That was another Rotorua team. Here comes the Tauranga team. From left to right as you're looking at them, Jill Griffin, Kerry Hall, and Karen Collins. Those are the second place getters, ladies and gentlemen. And first place, again from Rotorua, we have Lee Edmonds, Wade Eager, and yet another Corbett. There's George Corbett again. Give them a big hand. A lot of time and effort went into those katas, ladies and gentlemen. These kids have put them together, and they've quite obviously spent a lot of time training, especially with those weapons. We're going straight on now to a flexibility demonstration. The chief instructor and one of the young Cargill students is going to display this for us. As I said to you earlier on, Wai Pai is a kicking style, and I guess one of the fundamental ingredients to be able to kick effectively and with a reasonable degree of height is flexibility.
Focus here.
And these are some of the advanced techniques. This little chap, and with the green belt on, has travelled all the way up from Cargill. That's Donovan Swain. Give him a big hand. And this big chap has travelled all the way from Otamotai. That's Steve Kitson. Give him a big hand too.
Yep.
Look at that. And just to show that that sort of thing isn't just for the kids, Granddad's going to do it too. He's a bit heavier though. He's getting carried away now. Give him a big hand. There's the side kick hold. You certainly don't get that level of proficiency by not training. This is another internal demonstration. That thing that Mr. O'Connor has is a spear. By definition, a spear is usually a fairly sharp thing, and this spear is no exception. Inwa is going to bend this on his throat. And it looks like he's going to have some bits and pieces broken over him too. We'll have to wait and see.
Your head.
Makes it all the more exciting when we don't know what's going to happen. There's the spear. Mr. O'Connor's going to assist him. He's also going to bend the spear on his throat. There it is. There's the bend. And here come the tiles. Maintaining that position is very hard, ladies and gentlemen. This is right against the ribs. And there it goes. And there's the second bend, and that's even harder. Okay, the energy is being, they're applying the energy to their throats, and while these objects are being broken over their bodies, they also must apply the energy to those different parts of the bodies at the same time, thereby dividing it, which is very, very hard. So with the ribs, this time it's going to be broken across their legs. So they've got to focus at 2 points at the same time. It takes a lot of concentration. And here's the back. That's it, it's a big hand. These two are tigers for punishment. There's more to come by the looks of it. That was Dennis's head. Okay, applying the energy to the head and the throat is very... That was a very hard demonstration, ladies and gentlemen, for two reasons. Firstly, they had to apply the energy to various parts of their bodies, not just one part, but more than one part at one time. And secondly, the length of time that they stayed with the spear against their throat even confounded the problem greatly. Very, very hard demonstration. Okay, just a small break while we tidy up the stage here. We're going on soon to the freestyle empty hand carters. Again, these carters will be made up by the students, and I think you'll agree with me that some of the effort that's been put in by the students, especially at a young age, is really admirable. And we'll see very shortly just what these carters are like. I'd also like you to bear in mind, ladies and gentlemen, that the people that are here tonight competing in these final events have also been competing all day, and some of them had to travel from other places like Whangarei and Auckland and some of the southern places. So they've had a pretty long day. They've been up and about around about 6 o'clock this morning, and they're still going at it now. So I think it's a really admirable effort by all these young people. Looks like we're just going to do another quick internal demonstration. That thing is a baseball bat, for those of you that aren't aware of what one is. And normally, the majority of people use it for playing baseball, but Mr. Kitson uses it for other things. And as you can see, it's just about to be broken across his leg. Rather him than me. The reason he puts the body shield on his rear leg is that all the energy, naturally all the energy, is transferred to that front leg. And there it is. It's a big man. As I was saying, all the energy is applied to that front shin. If the bat was to swing around and hit him in the rear leg, it may do some damage because he's not concentrating on that area. Obviously, with a technique of that level, full concentration has to be given to the area struck, in this case, the shin. I think that demonstration basically shows everyone that if somebody was to be hit in the head with that particular shin, it would be rather like being hit with a piece of iron. Okay, we're going straight on to the freestyle carter now. All the competitors look as if they're gearing up on the side here. This is the empty hand carter. Empty hand, of course, means there's no weapon involved. Just a few minutes while everybody warms up and gets organised, and then we'll be straight into it. This is George Corbett, yet again, from Rotorua. George has featured very widely here tonight already, and this is George's carter that George has made up, an empty hand carter. That was good. That's right, obviously there's been a lot of time practicing it. And as you can see, an animal form is coming through there very strongly. Freestyle Car is where students are allowed to put their own individuality, if you like, and their own special interest in the martial arts into their katas. And I think this is coming out really strongly with what we're seeing here tonight. Obviously, Bevan's leading us towards kicking and gymnastics, and he does it so very well. This is Kenneth Applegate. That particular kata had a high degree of technical skill involved. There was a number of kicks in the air. Combination kicks in mid-air are very, very hard to do. And obviously Kenneth has a leaning towards both kicking and gymnastics as well. And the decision's been made, a hard one indeed. For the freestyle empty hand kata, in fourth place we have Tamai Presley from Rotorua. In third place, George Corbett from Rotorua. In second place, Bevan Webb from Tauranga. The first place getter after an amazing kicking display, Kenneth Applegate from Tauranga. Going through the katas, we've gone from the weapons kata, freestyle empty hand kata. We're now moving on to the weapons kata. This is the junior weapons kata. And some of these kids are fairly young. They put a lot of effort into designing these katas, a lot of time training. Here we have George Corbett, double nunchaku kata. High-level skill, not only in the techniques with the nunchaku, but also with the gymnastics involved. That flip that he did, there has absolutely no margin for error. You've got to land on your back and your feet at the same time. We're looking at broken bones. This is Tony Wallace from Tauranga. And this is a side kata. As I said earlier on, ladies and gentlemen, the eliminations have already been held for 3rd and 4th place, and those two people were just battling it out for 1st and 2nd place. And it looks like the decision is only moments away. In the junior weapons kata, in the 4th place, we have Kitty Hall from Tauranga. In 3rd place, Bevan Webb from Tauranga. In 2nd place, a name we've heard quite a few times tonight already, George Corbett from Rotorua. And the 1st place getter is Tony Wallace from Tauranga. Give them all a big hand. We're moving straight on to the senior weapons kata now. Again, a kata made up by these people. And we should see a variety of different weapons being displayed tonight. The first person up is Jeff Barrett, and this is a nunchaku kata. Jeff is from Mount Maunganui. Remember, these people have been working all day, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a long day. Her knife kata, which she spent a lot of time practicing over the last few weeks. The twin knives, again a very technical kata with a high degree of difficulty. Combination kicks in the air and a good display of kicking. Jill Griffin straight up now, double nunchaku. morning or something, so Bernie told me. Personally, I don't believe him. This is the double size. Competition of this caliber certainly makes the judgment very hard. Mr. Kitts is now deliberating over those results, and we're looking for our first, second and third place getters. And here we have the results for the senior weapons kata. In fourth place we have Jeff Bartlett from Mount Maunganui. Third place, Karen Collins from Tauranga. And second place, Jill Griffiths from Tauranga. And third place, Mr. Bernie Ellison, all the way from Wellington. We're heading right along now to the next event, which is the two-person empty hand set. The two-person empty hand set. Again, the eliminations were held during the day for this event, and we're going straight on to the finals now. The first competitors up are Karen Collins from Tauranga and Bevan Webb from Tauranga. Again, these two children have made this up. Spent a long time perfecting the techniques. And Handset. Really well done. A lot of time has gone to that. And the results for the two-person empty set, empty hand set at least. And in fourth place we have George Corbett and Violet Corbett from Rotorua. In third place we have Nigel Hand and Daryl Tarrant from Te Awamutu. Second place getters with their last fantastic effort are Tony Wallace and Kerry Hall from Tauranga. And with their first place with their fantastic display of gymnastics, Karen Collins and Bevan Webb, both from Tauranga. The next event is the senior two-person empty hand set, and we are, even though eliminations were run during today, we couldn't really decide at all between first right through to fourth place. So these people are now competing for all four places, and none of them know where they lie. So the competition should be good for this next event. The first two up are Jeff Barrett and Danny Thomas from Mount Maunganui. Traffic officers in the audience, my advice to you is to resign on Monday. The next two up are Paula Smith and Mike Kennedy, both from Whangarei.
I've got light, it never fails. Hello, lad. What's nice feel like you doing a place like this? So does that mean your place or mine? Oh, come on, lad. Don't be like that. Get the kids now. What do you think that is? I'm in self-defense. I'm up for you. I've got a black out in karate. What fight? Coming, Mum.
for. The next two up from Tauranga, Dennis O'Connor and Jill Griffin. On both people's parts here. A lot of effort went into that two-person set. This is Tony McGregor and Carl Donovan. And now we'll just quickly collate the results. We'll have them for you any moment. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, that none of these people know what order they should be in. This is fighting off for all four places, not just first and second place. In fourth place, from Mount Maunganui, we have Danny Thomas and Jeff Barrett. Delightful set from Whangarei, we have Paula Smith and Mike Hennedy. In second place, we've got Carl Donovan and Tony McGregor from Tauranga. And after that amazing display and high level of skill, in first place, we've got Dennis O'Connor and Jill Griffin. We have two more sets of events for you. Coming up right now, we have the weapons, two-person sets, and the junior people are going to do this first of all. Unlike the last event, ladies and gentlemen, all the 4 places were decided this afternoon, so we're just going to have a demonstration of the winning set. And the winners in this event were Peewee and Tony Wallace. Here are the results from this afternoon's contest and the junior weapons 2-person sets. In 4th place, Vanessa Corbett and James McVarnock from Rotorua. This is another clean sweep by the Corbetts. In 3rd place, Violet Corbett and her brother George. In 2nd place, Lee Edmonds and Aroa Morgan from Rotorua. And the 1st place getters in the demonstration that you've just seen, Peewee and Tony Wallace from Tauranga. The last of the weapons sets is the senior 2-person weapon set, and following this, we'll have another demonstration. Just a few moments while the contestants prepare on the side here, and we'll be straight into it. The first 2 up are Chris Kitson and Warren Robb, both from Te Puke. Again, ladies and gentlemen, this has been decided, and these are the 1st place getters. No, they're not. These are the 2nd place getters. I'm sorry.
Trust me, I know what I'm doing.
Fairly decisive. I'm sure Sledgehammer would think so. Here are the 1st place getters. Straight up now are Karen Collins and Kenneth Applegate. Karen Collins and Kenneth Applegate. And the trophies for the senior Weapons 2-person set to be given out by Mr. Priest from the Tauranga City Council Sport and Recreation Office. In fourth place, we have Jared Ha and Shane Cook from Hamilton. In third place, Marco Jansen and Thomas Hecker, also from Hamilton. The second place getters are Chris Kitson and Warren Robb from Te Puke. And in first place, Karen Collins and Kenneth Applegate. We're getting straight into the second demonstration, ladies and gentlemen. Simpo Watt is going to do a broadsword demonstration, and then we're going to do some breaking. And then we'll press on with the senior events. This is Simpo Watt. We've now got the second of the full contact demonstration fights. This time, I lied to you. We haven't got the second of the full contact demonstration fights just yet. We're going on with some more breaking. And again, the unknown is always the most exciting. Okay, people are just being selected randomly, by the looks of it, to break various bits and pieces. Okay, the thing with internal strength is that as it is a part of the art, it doesn't mean to say that we have to practice furiously over 2 or 3 weeks or something prior to a demonstration. It's something we do every day as a part of our normal training. So to be asked or selected at random to do a breaking demonstration really should provide no problem. We're trying to show different parts as we go along, ladies and gentlemen. Steve's going to break this bit of wood over Kenneth's back. Remember, Kenneth is only 15 years old. And there it is, give a big hand. Again, Kenneth's showing a different part, the knife hand strike again. And as you can see, that is a brick, and bricks are generally fairly hard objects. With some of the things we are breaking tonight, ladies and gentlemen, especially the tiles, which are very, very brittle and sharp, sometimes accidents do occur and we do get surface cuts. And there it is. As I was going to explain to you, the reason that we put rags across some of these objects is really to prevent those surface cuts. However, there are times when we will be cut anyway. Accidents are unavoidable. It's important to realise, though, that the cuts are only surface and that the martial artists aren't getting seriously injured by performing these techniques. Wai Pai is about health, and in fact, internal strength with the development of Chi Kang is very, very much about health. So if we thought we were doing anything dangerous, then we wouldn't be doing it. And just to show you that one does not have to be an adult to have this very advanced technique of having the baseball bat broken across one's shin, Kenneth's going to do it, just to keep up with the running, not to be outdone by the chief instructor. And there it is. Those baseball bats don't break easily. They're designed to hit baseballs around a baseball pitch. So it takes a really strong swing to break them. The technique you're going to see now is a very, very advanced technique. The chief instructor is going to break the baseball bat, although as opposed to having it broken across a part of his body, he will break it with his hand, which is an awful lot harder. He's got to provide the power, the forward velocity, as well as the internal energy to break that object. Dennis, of course, has to worry about his back. As I was saying, Wai Pai is about health, and there's the healthy aspect of it, a bit of padding for Dennis's back. And you can see the force and the power that is involved in that particular break. Very hard technique indeed. This is Karen Collins, and she's going to do a hand strike on this quarter basement block. It is important to realise that with internal strength, women can gain an equally effective amount, if you like, if that's how you want to look at it, as men, and they can use it in an equally as effective way as their male counterpart in a self-defence role. Karen's going to break this across the end of that full basement block, which is the first stage of this particular break. The second stage is doing it resting on the solid object. There it is. Give her a hand. That is a solid piece of concrete. Now the chief instructor is going to finish it off. The second stage, as I was just explaining to you, he just informed me that he's going to try to finish it off. He's obviously got his doubts. Okay, let's get behind him on this break. This is a hard break. As you can see, it's mounted directly across the full basement block. The chief instructor is going to hit it with his knife hand and hopefully divide that, what remains of that quarter basement block into two pieces. And there it is. I should have said 5 pieces. A lot of development and training in the art of Chi Kang is involved to be able to do a technique like that. What we're showing you now, and I appreciate that some members of the public won't fully understand, is we're trying to show you, if you like, that internal strength comes from within, and therefore, in order to perform a break, one doesn't need to provide the velocity derived through the fall of the shot, if you will, or the power generated through the falling object, such as a hand or a foot. The chief instructor is going to break this now, really just by lifting only slightly above the object. He's going to use what we call the ridge hand, or the part of the hand where the thumb and forefinger meet, which, if you will touch it now, this bit here, you'll feel it's quite fleshy. Okay, so it just goes to show that internal strength can be developed in a lot of very strange areas. There it is. There's the knife, there's the ridge hand. And as you can see, he's not applying anything of his body, and it's just above the object. And there it is, broken. So you can see that internal power, you don't need to lift right up. Internal power should come just from within. Try and break this just above the breakout again. Very hard. Not trying to use his arm. That's the energy coming through the arm. But don't worry, it's only broken up. It doesn't take long to go. We broke it. Look. This is only part of the cut. Here's another advanced technique. Chief instructor is going to punch this three-quarter basement block.
Yeah.
And we're going straight on now, ladies and gentlemen, to the car. This is the third dan black belt, part of the third dan black belt test, third degree test, where the car runs across the stomach. Car very kindly supplied by Diggleman Nissan, thanks to our special guest here, Mr. Dom Diggleman. Okay, we're just going to do the back wheel tonight because it is getting late and to save time. The reason we put the ramps up there, and we have done it before without using the ramps, but sometimes the wheel, when it goes over, does pinch the skin and tends to skid a little bit on the person's stomach. So it's really a lot more comfortable for the person if we do use the ramps. The overall weight isn't altered by having the ramps there. It's still going to slide across the stomach. And there's Mr. O'Connor sliding under the car. Dennis O'Connor is the New Zealand 2IC, or the second in command of New Zealand Wai Pai, based here in Tauranga at headquarters. And there it is, completely unscathed. Okay, it shouldn't really, I suppose, be necessary to say this, but I presume that people aren't going to go home and do these techniques. We don't have to talk about these sorts of things, do we? Running home and having cars run over our stomachs and trying to break bits and pieces with our hands and heads, because people believe if you do it, you will get hurt. And the chances are, if you have a car run over your stomach, you'll get killed. So please don't go and do those things when you get home. Right, we're straight underway with the demonstration full contact fight by the two senior belts. We've got Blair Windsor from Tauranga and Willie Corbett from Rotorua. As soon as the floor is swept away, we'll have them on. Here they are now, ladies and gentlemen. Give them a big hand. Remember, as I said to you earlier on, the protective gear is worn, even so the punches are pulled. And as you saw in the junior belts, accidents still do happen. These boys aren't going at each other hammer and tongs. They're here to show you the way we interpret full contact fighting. This round's going to go on for 1 minute. As you can see in the terms of full contact fighting, knee strikes are allowed, and you just saw the demonstration by Blair Windsor there, using his knees when he did the in-fighting technique. There it is again. Thigh kicks also allowed, full contact thigh kicks. Obviously in this mode of fighting, full power kicks to the head and full power punches to the head are also allowed in competition fighting, but this is only a demonstration fight. There's the in-fighting techniques again, blows to the head, uppercuts to the face, and of course the use of the knees. This sort of fighting, and I suppose it doesn't look very much from out there in terms of the physical input, but believe me, to be under those headgear and out there fighting tonight, it is very, very exhausting. Give them a big hand. Full contact fighting done competitively entails a very, very high degree of fitness as well as techniques. Refined techniques. And the competitors, here we have Willie Corbett from Rotorua. his teammate Blair Windsor from Tauranga. We're moving straight on with the final of the finals tonight, and here we have the Peewee Browns and Black Belts. The first two competitors fighting for third and fourth place are for first and second place. It's been a long night for us all. Lee Edmonds from Rotorua and Violet Corbett, also from Rotorua. Here we have the results for the Peewee Brown and Black Belts. The trophy is given out by Mr. Don Zickelman. In fourth place from Rotorua, Wayne Edgar. In third place from Tauranga, Reese Nicholas. Second place from Rotorua, Violet Corbett. And the first place getter from Rotorua, Lee Edmonds. Give them all a big hand. The next event is the Junior Browns and Black Belts, and we have on the floor Carl Donovan from Tauranga and Jeremy Clark from Rotorua. This round is 3/4 of a minute. This is fighting off for first and second place. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is a semi-contact tournament, and as was described earlier on, contact to the face is disallowed. In fourth place in the Junior Browns and Black Belts division, Kerry Hall from Tauranga. In third place, Brian Edgar from Rotorua. In second place, Carl Donovan from Tauranga. And the first place getter, Jeremy Clark from Rotorua. The next event, ladies and gentlemen, should be a very exciting one, the Intermediate Brown and Black Belts. We have two Black Belts fighting now, familiar to you all by now I'm sure, Kenneth Applegate and Tony McGregor, both fighting for first place, essentially. It should be a good fight. And that was certainly competitive. Give them a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. And the winner is Tony McGregor. And the awards for the intermediate, brown to black belts. In the fourth place from Whangarei, Richard Kingi. In third place from Mount Whanganui, Danny Thomas. In second place from Tauranga, Kenneth Applegate. And the first place getter also from Tauranga, Tony McGregor. The next event is the women's brown to black belt, and we have on the floor now Jill Griffin and Karen Collins. Both Tauranga club mates, and obviously both very competitive. This round is also 3/4 of a minute. Give these two ladies a round of applause. The winner is Jill Griffin from Tauranga. And the face getters are in the women's brown to black belt. As soon as we get the trophies organised. And in fourth place from the city of Hamilton, Sharon Stevens. In third place from Rotorua, Jackie DeFerry. In second place, Karen Collins. And the first place getter from Tauranga, Jill Griffin. We're getting towards the final events on tonight's program, ladies and gentlemen. And here we have the men's brown to assistant black belt. The competitors tonight, Terry Twain and Jeff Barrett. We're coming up to the the final event on tonight's program as soon as the awards will be given out for this division, which is of course the men's black belt. In fourth place in the men's brown to black belt from Tauranga, Mike Critchley. In third place from Rotorua, Ian Rasmussen. The second place getter from Rotorua, Terry Twain. And in first place from Mount Maunganui, Jeff Barrett. We now have the final event on tonight's program, the men's black belt, and we're fighting off tonight for both third and fourth and for first and second place. We have on the floor now Jeff Bostock from Invercargill and Bernie Ellison from Wellington, and they are competing for third and fourth place. This is 3/4 of a minute, semi-contact fight. Give them a big hand. That's Bernie Ellison and Jeff Bostock. Both these boys have covered a long way to compete in today's national. And the winner is Bernie Ellison. And the trophies will be awarded for third and fourth place. Fourth place goes to Jeff Bostock, who's travelled all the way from Invercargill. Third place getter from Wellington, Bernie Ellison. We move on to the last event in tonight's program. For many, I suppose, the highlight. The playoff for first and second. And the on the floor, we have Willie Corbett from Rotorua, and on the other side, Will Francis from Hamilton. Give them a big hand, ladies and gentlemen. Those two have fought their way through, and these are the two who are it for this year, 1988 in the Wai Pai Nationals, fighting on for first and second place. As soon as we finish this event, not to prolong it at all, the competitors waiting out there, but as soon as we have finished it, we will be giving awards for the best competitors in 3 divisions, men's, women and junior. Plus a couple of other presentations, so hang around, don't run away as soon as this is finished, and you can see those other awards given out. Without further ado, here it is, the finals for the 1988 Nationals. Give them a big round of applause. Just while Mr. Kitchen is deciding who's won, remember the awards for these other presentations will be given out straight away. The winner for this year's 1988 Wai Pai Nationals is Willie Corbett. Let's give Will Franson a big round of applause. Second place. And here it is, Mr. Willie Corbett. Just while the judges are conferring, we have these other presentations which will be decided on. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all the members of the public for supporting this year's Wai Pai Nationals, and I sincerely hope you've had a good time doing so. I'd also like to thank the sponsors who have provided so well for this year's Nationals, and also to you, the students of Wai Pai. I'd also, of course, like to thank Mr. Kitson, the Chief Instructor, for putting on such a good event. This year has obviously been a great success, and similarly I'm sure next year will be an even greater success. And next year is of significant importance because, of course, next year marks the 10th anniversary of the Wai Pai Nationals in New Zealand. I think for those of you that have a program and you've read the Chief Instructor's message, it rings very true that Wai Pai is designed as not only a very effective method of self-defense, but it's also designed for physical and mental training, which comprises of coordination and relaxation. It should be any moment now that we have the results of these last 3 awards to be given out. The art of Wai Pai has spread rapidly across New Zealand since its inauguration in the late 1970s. The only club in those days was here at headquarters in Tauranga. We now have clubs ranging from Invercargill right through to Dunedin, which is an admirable effort in less than 10 years really. Wai Pai's philosophy is a really very simple one, ladies and gentlemen. It is to promote goodwill, a degree of self-discipline, and a camaraderie among the students of the art. I think those are very worthwhile philosophies, and if we could stick by those in our everyday life, then I think we'd all be a lot better off. I think that you've seen the competitive spirit tonight has probably been a very good display of all those qualities. And even though people are competing, they're also very good friends, which somehow makes it a lot harder. It looks like the results have been decided, and will happen for you any moment. Just a few moments longer and we will have these people coming. Just to give you a bit of background information on this particular award, we leave this one over to our sponsors to decide. And this year, Mr. Priest and Mr. Diggleman are going to decide on the basis of the person who impressed them the most in the short time that they've seen the competitions this evening. So their job is really very hard, and they're a little bit confused by it all, but there are a couple of names that are coming forward that impressed them greatly. Not to mention, of course, that there was a high standard of competition throughout the evening, and which makes it, of course, a very hard decision on their part. As I said to you earlier on, This is for the best competitors in 3 divisions: men's, women, and junior. These people have competed in the eliminations throughout the day and have competed in the finals tonight. In the junior division, the best competitor has been nominated as Bevan Webb. Give Bevan a big hand, ladies and gentlemen. He's done very well today. The best competitor in the women's division has been won by Karen Cullen. And the final award for tonight, for the men's best competitor, goes to Bertie Ellison from Wellington. The final presentations of this evening are going to our guests. Firstly, to Simpo Watt and Go Ingwa for travelling all the way to Singapore to be with us here tonight, which is an admirable effort. Give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. That's Simpo Watt. And Go Ingwa. With a mouthful of coconut. The final awards for this evening go to our sponsors and special guests. As you can see, a very presentable sword, and I believe it has something engraved on it. And the swords have engraved in appreciation, Wai Pai Kung Fu Grand Championship 1988. Of course, an appreciation for the support that our sponsors have given us. Firstly, Mr. Don Diggleman. Very kindly provided the exhibition and the sales manager for Diggleman Datsun. I'm sorry, Diggleman Nissan. It's 1988. And secondly, our last presentation of this evening goes to Mr. Alex Priest for the support that he has given through the Tauranga City Council Sports and Recreation Office. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We hope to see you back for the 1989 Wai Pai Nationals. And if you want to use the bar facilities will be open just above us here up top. Thank you all very much. Good night.
Going anyway. Now, Dave, you're over there. Hey, Eddie, turn well.
Just before we go, we have all the black belts. All the black belts down here on the centre stage.
Right, is that it?
Have you switched the light up inside?
Right, just push that down.
Recording? Yeah.